Heyo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Folks, I've got a good one in store for you tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. And for those of you that do not know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated premium online trading educational platform and community where we all share the same goal. That's to learn, trade, and profit together 6 nights a week. Sunday through Friday, we go live for free right here on this YouTube channel with myself, other TTG Pro Trader moderators, and special guests. Drop golden nuggets and share with you free lessons that are going to help you become a better trader. If you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place, folks. Take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this stream on your own social media. Let's make sure we reach out and help and educate and strengthen and empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. We're streaming live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. So welcome all of you joining us from those different platforms. Why should you listen to any of the educational information we're going to talk about here today on this live? Glad you asked. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own, folks. I wasn't sitting in my mother's basement for 3 years, trial and error, until I found a little trick that worked. I began my trading career working for a fund in New York City, my very first job out of college in 2007. 2008 happened. That was the great stock market crash, the Great Recession, the housing market crisis. But during that time of chaos and volatility, I actually went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. But before they ever let me touch $1 of their money, I first had to go through an intensive training curriculum. I had access to some of the top trading tools, and I was part of a community of like-minded traders. And that is exactly what the TTG platform is based on. Tonight's live stream is going to go down as follows. First, we're going to do a special 20-minute Q&A session with none other than my boy, Matt Kohrs, and we're going to give people a chance to log on. We're going to take your questions, the way you guys fire away and ask us anything that you want to discuss. Then we're talking AMC's bounce. AMC, big bounce back day today, up 25.5% right now at 43.5. We're talking about that bounce, but most importantly, what happens next. Then we're covering an important lesson regarding the SPY and one specific chart pattern that everyone should know. I'm going to cover with you guys today on this live stream a very specific chart pattern for a day trade setup that is an absolute beauty. It is an A-plus setup. I teach it to all of my TTG members, and you all are in store. You all are in luck because I'm going to share that exact setup in great detail with you here tonight on this live stream. So you better make sure you got a pen and paper out. You're ready to take some notes because this live stream can literally help you guys make money as early as tomorrow. Then once again, we're going to be covering the importance of getting a real trading education and why that is so important. So now listen up, listen good. We're about to start this Q&A session in just about a minute. You'll have myself, a pro trader with 17 years of experience, telling you, ask me anything. You're going to have my boy Matt is going to tell you, ask me anything. We're here to help you guys to answer your questions, whether it's general market or general trading related. And so with that said, go ahead, start typing your questions in chat right now. There are no such thing as stupid questions, folks. The only thing that's stupid is not asking the question. If you have a question, I guarantee you somebody else on this live has the same one. I also had a day one. There was a time when I knew nothing, but if I did not ask questions, believe me, I would not have a day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. to follow up that day one. Okay. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and begin that Q&A, folks. Go ahead, start typing those questions right in chat. Now let's do it. All right, guys. So to join me here on this Q&A is the man, the myth, the legend himself. It's his birthday today, actually. Mr. Matt Kohrs. Hey, everybody.
Hey, what is going on? What is going on? How are you?
What's up, bro? Thanks for taking the time to join me again today. These lives are becoming more and more of a frequent thing. I think they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun for you and I, but I think the viewers really enjoy kind of picking our brains a little bit and having us here to do the Q&A together. I think it's awesome. So
I'm excited. Right, I mean, I'm sure you know all about what AMC's action today. It's so hard to not smile right now.
I know.
I was
going to ask you today. I was like, man, just how happy was everyone today? Like everyone, I just feel like it was such like a weight lifted off of people's shoulders. I feel it was a great day today.
I mean,
really great day today.
Just below 25% gain. It was a beautiful technical bounce. Like it was just all coming together today. And I just think, I don't know, the Ape Nation has and like even GME had an over a 10% gain. I mean, like both of them together. So like if you happen to consider yourself to be a member of the Ape Nation, there's great reason to have a smile on your face. I've just been, after the stream ended today, after the market closed, I've just been like giddy all day. Like I'm just like, I love it. Because like what we've seen previously in this is it prompts so much excitement. There's a high statistical likelihood of a momentum follow through tomorrow because it just invigorates everyone. They get like amped up. We had some a technical bounce, some technical breakouts on both of them. I'm just I want it to be 9:30 tomorrow already.
Yeah,
like I'm just sitting here.
Yeah. You might get a lot of seller's remorse too. Like people that didn't hang in there, you know, and some people that maybe bailed over the last week or so might be kicking themselves today. And you might get some of that, like that FOMO buyer's remorse also step in to give it another nice little lift. It got back over a major level, man. That $40 area. We'll talk about this a little because I don't want to get too far into AMC. Yeah. I know we got a bunch of people have a bunch of questions, and we're going to talk AMC in more detail. But we got over a major technical level today. That was a really key technical breakout that the stock had there today. We'll talk all about it. I know, like you said, a lot of reason for people to be smiling today for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, across the market, I know people were killing me with SPY, IWM, like just across the board. It was a green day. So I think retail at large, there's probably a couple reasons why people are smiling. So absolutely excited for it. But like Mike just said, we're going to be hopping into more detail. But let's fire off with some of these questions. I'm excited.
Yeah. Faking naked shorts and how we can compete. All right, naked shorts. I mean, Matt, I know that's something that you've talked about on your stream with regards to AMC and GameStop. You want to take that one, or you want me to fire at it?
Yeah, so naked shorts, basically when you buy a stock and then sell it at a higher price, that's just going long. Like when you buy it to create the position and then sell it to get out, that's going long. Going short's the exact opposite. You create the position by selling the stock and then you're hoping it goes down, but you close the position by buying it back. That second, like shorting in general, to do that, how can you sell something you don't own? You can't. So this involves properly borrowing the stock. So naked shorting is when you sell the stock to create the position, but you never properly borrowed it. To my understanding, the main offenders of this is an illegal practice. It was illegal in 2008, 2009, but the two main offenders of it are mainly market makers and prime brokers. So when you're talking about hedge funds taking an illegal naked short position, the person who kind of allowed to do it is the prime broker. Yep. The second part of this question is how can we compete against it? Mike, I would love to get your thoughts on this. For me, it's just communities like this of just like kind of saying, hey, like SEC, FINRA, look into this. Some of it, like, how is it like we get crazy high short interest numbers, crazy spikes in failure to delivers. So it's more of some community getting large enough to have a voice saying, hey, like someone look into this because we believe something kind of something's going on that could potentially be illegal. But that would be my main suggestion. Mike, I know you have like far more experience than I do. Like, what would you say, like when you're coming against like literally a regulatory body?
I think you're spot on. I think that the way that we compete against this is exactly what's taking place right now here today, which exactly has been taking place for the last year with this growing evolution of the retail trader and social media and, you know, all of these forums, these communities, the Ape Nation, all of these different segments of social media and the retail trader, whatever, if it's Reddit, if it's Twitter, if it's a Discord, whatever, it doesn't matter the platform, but that's how you compete against this, by bringing attention to it. Mm-hmm. Naked shorting is something that literally happens every single day. It's like insider trading. Insider trading happens every single day. Naked shorting every single day. Ghost orders or spoof orders every single day. Okay. And for those spoof orders, just for people that don't know what I'm talking about, it's placing in a very large order into the market, making it visible to everyone to see with hopes of influencing or manipulating the retail trader to either buy or sell in front of those large orders without ever having the intention of actually filling the order. So what you have sometimes is, let's say you have a stock and a trader wants to buy 100,000 shares of a particular stock. But if they do that, the stock's going to move up. They want the stock to come down so they can buy the shares at lower prices. Those traders you might have a trader put out a 200,000 share offer for shares to sell without ever having the intent on filling that order. They just show it out there for everyone to see so that everyone says, oh my God, there's a wall at this price. Let me sell out of my position. They all sell out of their position. That moves the stock lower. As the stock moves lower, it triggers stop losses. That then forces the stock to move lower. And then the trader that had that order up there to sell 200,000 shares, they cancel that order. Then they come in and they buy all those shares that are for sale. Then all of a sudden the stock starts to move back up. And everyone says, oh my God, wait, what happened to that order? It's not there anymore. And the stock just moves higher. Spoof orders happens every single day. Naked shorting every single day. Insider trading every single day. The only way that we can compete against it, I think, is exactly what's taking place here right now. And I think that a big part of this is what I mean, Matt, you tell me, you know what? It's what Ape Nation is all about. It's about bringing to light the inequities in the overall markets when it comes to the little guy versus the big firms on Wall Street. And naked shorting is one of those things because guess what? The average mom and pop with an E-Trade account, they can't naked short. So, you're talking about something that I think all we can do is bring light to it, get media attention on it, and make noise. And that's exactly what I think people are doing, and they're using these social media platforms to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of the ethos of this Ape Nation group is of course, people, like if you're trading, clearly you're trying to make money across the board. But I think on top of that, part of the Ape Nation is just fighting for more of a level playing field, because it seems illegally, legally, and just like kind of the mantra of it is depending on how much money you have, you're playing by a different set of rules. And I think that's the argument. It's like, hey, just give the small guy a crack at it. We want to play the game, and we want to play the game by the exact same set of rules. So to me, that's a big aspect of the ethos. And I think as it day and day the Ape Nation gets bigger and bigger, like quote unquote Ape Nation, I think our voices are being heard. And honestly, I think some of the SEC rules that we're already seeing, I don't think they would have been passed with the same level of expediency as they were passed without what's been going on from late January until now with GameStop and AMC. And honestly, all those other highly shorted stocks, like it just became such a phenomena in late January. And then if you fast forward to this point, obviously people are still talking AMC and GME. I think, and I feel it myself, even a frustration, it's justice is slow. Like no one ever said justice is fast. Like these new rules, they have to be vetted, debated, talked over. And of course, we all want change the next day. And hey, if I'll take any form of change, even if it's slow, like I'd prefer it to be fast, but I also I'm not so naive to think that we can change it overnight.
Right. Yeah, this is a practice that's been going on for ages, folks. For ages. It's going to take time to bring real change, but I think that's what we're doing. All right, let's see. Next question, holistic strength. I can always count on holistic strength to ask a question. Every live stream, holistic strength, ask questions. I love it. What were some behavioral changes you both made that helped you in becoming a consistently profitable trader? All right. If you don't mind, Matt, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this one first because I've actually talked about this a lot on previous lives.
Okay.
About like a real turning point for me in my trading career was, and I always use this. I'll tell a quick little story. I'm not going to take up too much time. Quick little story. It's back when I was working at the hedge fund. I was a very, very emotional trader when I was early in my career. I was a cowboy. I never had a problem with big wins, but I also had big losses. My risk management was all over the place. It was a nightmare. So like my net P&L was not reflecting the trader that I actually was. I was a far better trader than my P&L was showing because I had poor risk management. My losses were very big. So one of these days, I'm sitting at the fund now. My boss, who was my mentor, he sat directly in front of me, and we sat face to face, but we couldn't see each other because our computer monitors were in front of us. I had 6 screens. He had 10. Okay, so we couldn't see each other. But we can obviously communicate and talk. So one day I get into a position, I get absolutely smoked on it. And I stand up from my desk and I grab my keyboard and I snap my keyboard right in half. And the space bar, the semicolon, letter P, Q, their keys go flying. But meanwhile, I'm still in positions. Mm-hmm. So I scream down the trading floor to our IT guy, this huge, like 6'4", 5 guys, like 300 pounds, huge guy, but the sweetest dude you've ever met in your life. And I yelled, his name is Ruben. I go, Ruben, I need a keyboard. And Ruben comes running down the trading floor with the keyboard, like hooks it up. I get out of my position. My boss just stands up. He looks at me, goes, Mike, get off the floor. Kicks me off the trading floor. Long story short, after the market closed, he comes into our little trading lounge that we had where I was sitting, and he gives me about an hour and a half long talk. And this talk completely changed my trading career. He really kind of brought me back down to earth, and he really kind of gave me criticism, but while also giving me support and telling me like kind of how much he believes in me and all this type of stuff. But he said one quote to me that really, really changed my trading. And that was that great traders are more concerned with how much they're going to lose if they're wrong. Struggling traders are more concerned with how much they're going to make if they're right.
Wow.
And that's where I was. I was always about how much am I going to make? How much am I going to make? How much am I going to make? And I did not care about how much I was going to lose if I was wrong. And that mindset completely changed around my trading. Once I started to say to myself, okay, if I'm wrong, what's going to happen? If I'm right, who cares? Who cares how much money I make? I can't control how high the stock is going to go, right? If I buy a stock at 10, I don't know, it's going to go to 15, 20, 30, 50, 80, 100. I don't know how far it's going to go. But what I can control is where am I going to stop out when I'm wrong? And that risk management for me, that behavioral change, that mental perspective change on my approach to trading is what completely turned the corner for me. And that was a major turning point in my career. Like as you guys grow throughout your trading career, you're going to remember instances and moments and time periods where you had very specific like aha moments that really kind of catapulted you to the next level. And that was one of them for me.
That's awesome. I mean, I think that's a really, really, I think a lot of people could take away from that story because like it's what I've heard, especially from veteran traders, it's much more, it becomes quickly about capital preservation. And I think that's like exactly what you're rocking with there. For me, I don't have as fun of a story. And that's mainly just because I don't have similar upper body strength to snap a keyboard. But for me, it's just, I had a couple years where I kept blowing up small accounts time and time again. And what it was just like I wasn't disciplined. I went in and I had a trading plan, but I didn't stick to said trading plan. And my story is a bit unique in the sense that I had the skill set of coding, and that was finally what did well for me because with the trading program trading for me, like I trusted in that. Like I wasn't the person, I removed myself from being the person who could deviate from the trading plan. And from there, after I got trust in my algorithms, I'm like, okay, I coded it. I see that it's working. I slowly but surely came similar to Mike where I'm like, okay, I can stick to my exact plan. I went in and yes, I had I had my risk, I had my reward. And then I found it like, I'm sure someone out there is listening right now. You find yourself in that similar situation where you hit your risk and you're like, hang on, maybe it'll come back. And that's such a bad gambling. It's too gambling of a mindset. And then on the other side, you hit your reward and you get a little too greedy. You're like, oh, wait, it might run a bit more. Maybe I could squeeze out another $100 or something like that. And all of a sudden it goes up and comes right back down. And then you get more frustrated and you go on tilt. You're trying to revenge trade. And for me, maybe it was a function of my age. I don't know exactly what it was, but I just couldn't stick to my plan. So I found that like, okay, when I coded it up, I'm like, I want this to happen and this to happen. That worked. But for some of you out there, like, hey man, I don't really know how to code. What do you want me to do? I honestly think something as simple as writing your trading plan on a sticky, throw it on your computer. What is your plan? And do your best to stick to it. I think that's advice that I wish I internalized earlier and help like truly pivot me to becoming a profitable trader.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I love that you kind of finished that off with it's funny because when, and there might be a lot of people that are on here, like at least members that are part of the TC fam. Matt and I did not talk about this before. We did not rehearse these questions that were coming on here, but that's something that I always talk to people about is about about how important it is to have a game plan when you're trading, because trading is very emotional for a lot of people. And that's why trading is so difficult for a lot of people, because humans are not supposed to be good at trading because we have emotions. We have greed, we have fear, we have love. When you fall in love with the stock, you get anger. Like all these emotions will cause you to make bad decisions. Computers don't have to worry about that. The best way for you to remove the emotions is to come up with a game plan and then just stick to it. If you said, I'm going to buy a stock at 10, I'm going to sell it at 9.50. If I'm wrong, I'm going to take profit at 11, 12, and 14. If that's your game plan, literally do nothing until those levels are reached. But if you don't have those levels, if you don't know where am I going to take profit, if you don't know where am I going to exit my position if I'm wrong, if you don't know those things and you're in the trade, now you have nothing to base your decisions off of other than emotion. Mm. And that's when people really start to find themselves in a lot of trouble. So I'm really glad that you actually just said, and that's something I talk to my members a lot about is about the importance of a game plan. I love that you just brought that up. So full agreement as always. Next question. If you're trading, a question for Matt. Matt, this is yours. Is it true you keep your moderators locked in the cellar and only feed them?
Yeah, it's more of a fasting type diet. Like I've heard that it keeps your brain more sharp. So that's what I do with them. Like I just need them to be on the ball, so day in, day out. And stale Cheez-Its, that's not intentional. That specific part, it's just like obviously I'm going to eat the fresh Cheez-Its myself. So that's just more of like a secondary thing. But yeah, I force fasting upon all my moderators. I don't know how else you would do it.
Here's the thing. How are you guys coming up with your plan? Well, all right. So Tara, I mean, very general question, but here's a couple things that you really need to think about. First and foremost, you're not going to be able to come up with a trading plan if you don't have any education whatsoever. You don't know what you're doing, right? You don't know what you're doing. It's going to be very difficult for you to identify support levels, resistance levels. It's going to be difficult for you to identify sentiment on a stock. It's going to be difficult for you to identify chart patterns. So step one is you got to get yourself an education so you actually know what you're looking at. So I can show you a chart. It doesn't do anything if you don't know how to read it. So first and foremost, you got to get yourself an education. Secondly, there are a couple different things that I tell my members you must know before you ever enter a trade. If you can't answer these four things, you can't enter the trade. First question, where is your stop loss? That's the first thing you need to know. If you enter this trade, where are you going to get out if you're wrong? You have to know the answer to that question before you enter the trade. The next three things that I tell my people that they need to know is profit target 1, profit target 2, and profit target 3, because I trade in tiers. I use a tier strategy, which is something I learned working at the fund, because when you're working at a fund and you're trading with very large positions, you can't get in and out of these positions in one order. You got to kind of work your way in and work your way out. So that's where I learned that whole theory. And I kind of have tweaked it now so it relates to my individual retail trading. And I teach to all my members. It's a game changer. You're never going to want to trade any other way after you learn how to trade in tiers. Tier trading is supposed to keep you in winning trades longer. It's also going to help you keep losing trades small. It's an absolute game changer. I'll never trade any other way. And I will sell 25% of my position at profit target number 1. I sell 50% of my position at profit target 2. And I sell 25% of my position at profit target 3. Sometimes if the stock has a lot of momentum and I have high conviction on the trade, I might break that up on the back end of my position, and maybe instead of like 3 profit targets, I might break it out to 4 and kind of break up those last 2 pieces into a little bit more, depending on the trade. But, for education purposes, I'm live 25, 50, 25. There's other adjustments, but we can save that for another time. You've got to know the answer to those things. Otherwise, I don't think you can enter the trade, because if you enter the trade not knowing those levels, if you buy a stock at 10, you say my stop loss is 950, and as soon as you enter it, the stock drops to 965, you might get nervous. You might sell your position. You need to know where these levels are, so that way you can trade without emotion. But again, none of that's going to even be possible if you don't have an education. You can identify setups, you can identify support, resistance. So you have to get yourself an education first.
Definitely agree with that. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to add on anything special beyond that. It's just, it's trial and error. And you have, like, for me, I think an important part was maybe documentation of like, okay, like I thought this was a good trading methodology, but like,
good point.
Like a lot of people try to rock it with just like their gut of if you feel, well, for me, like I'm just too into the numbers and data. So like I literally had an Excel sheet and I would make up silly names for my different strategies of like a bounce back play, a momentum play. And like I started tracking it, and all of a sudden you started to notice patterns after 10, 15, 20 trades. And like you, instead of a gut feeling, you now actually had a little bit of data to know. So for anyone out there, the only thing I would add on is maybe get a trading journal where you're actually writing it down and like feeling more confident in your plan, especially when you have a hardcore history to kind of back up what you are or aren't doing.
Awesome. Good point. Really good point with the journaling. Next question. Yes, tier trading is applicable to options trading. Yes, it is. So tier trading with options, let's say, for example, you had 10 option contracts, same thing. You would just break it up. You would sell, maybe 3 contracts at profit target 1, then, 4 contracts at profit target 2, and then 3 contracts at profit target 3. What percentage of your account do you recommend risking in each trade? Okay, Sebastian, I'm not a big fan of this. I know it's very common. You hear a lot of people talk about, 1 to 3% of your account on any given trade. I know you hear that, but let me explain to you why I don't think that that's a good enough answer, because I know people that have $30,000 in an account, but are not comfortable risking $600 on a trade, or people that have $50,000 in an account, but they're not comfortable risking, $1,000 on a trade. So I think that what you risk on the trade is a dollar amount that you are comfortable risking, regardless of the amount of money that is in your account. You can have $1 million in your account. That doesn't mean that you're going to be comfortable, risking $20,000. So I think that you risk a dollar amount on the trade you're comfortable with, that, hey, if you lose this amount, you're totally okay with it. But you hear a lot 1 to 3%, and I think that's relative. Like if you do have smaller accounts, but just because you have 30, 40, 50 grand in your account does not mean you need to risk 2% of your account.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, Sebastian, for just a little anecdotal thing, I know many people right now willing to worth 100% on AMC, and like that's okay for some people and not acceptable for other people. But it is, we all have different personalities and we all have different risk tolerance. We all have different financial situations. So I think that there's no perfect general answer for everyone. Someone just asked, Matt, what do you track in your trading journal? For me, it's actually kind of a cool thing. I wish I could show it right now. It just the asset, your entry, your exit, and your reasoning, and then your follow-up of how it actually went. So it's kind of cool. So like when your entry, obviously, like you're filling it out live, but those are the main things: entry, exit, your initial reasoning, and then your like follow-up thoughts on like how it went or any commentary, something like that.
Awesome. I love it. Next question.
Or waiting for that, Mike, I was wondering, in your, I guess, professional trading, like before retail, a lot of people I'm sure would have questions about it. Did you ever intentionally execute trades through dark pools? Did you use like direct market access?
I never did.
Okay, just
I never did, and I'm not. And honestly, the level of trader that I was at the front, I don't even know if our higher ups ever did. I wouldn't even be privy to that information at that time. But I personally never did.
Okay. I'm sure there's a lot of people that if you said, yeah, we would have been like,
I know. It would have been just 1,000 questions would have come through at that moment. So in reference to AMC, why do you not buy and hold where Matt does? What's the real outlook from both your perspectives, or better yet, why do they do? Ooh, Wendy, good question. So I guess that question is in reference really for me. Guys, I just consider I'm an active trader. I'm the type of trader that listen, I have my long-term portfolio. I own probably close to 200 different stocks in my long-term portfolio that I hold for many, many years. Okay. And that's in a Fidelity portfolio and in multiple JP Morgan wealth management portfolios. That's my long-term stuff. My active trading, so those portfolios, that's where I look to build wealth. My Lightspeed account, which is a brokerage I use for my active trading, which is my day trading, my swing trading, that's where I look to generate income and cash flow. I have a responsibility to the members of True Trading Group to identify opportunities in the market. And I'm an active trader. I will make money when a stock goes up. I will make money when a stock goes down. If something's going sideways, I look for opportunities elsewhere. So I'm an opportunistic trader. I look for those opportunities and I capitalize on them, whether stock's going up or down. I'd rather buy a stock at 10, ride it up to 20, short it if it's going to go from 20 back to 12, buy it back at 12 and get long at 15 and ride it back to 20. I'm an active trader. That's just my style. All right. That's just the way that I trade. Where, Matt, Matt's one of the, is a face of a movement, guys, and has made, he trades a certain way. He's got his own style, his own strategy. And it's very important for you all to realize that there are so many different types of trading styles and strategies, that there's day trading, there's swing trading, there's aggressive trading, there's conservative trading. It has nothing to do with position size, by the way. It has nothing to do with where you enter. Conservative traders buy on pullbacks into support. Aggressive traders buy on breakouts through resistance. You have trend reversal traders, trend continuation traders. Like, there's so many different types of styles and strategies that, two different people could have the same beliefs or the same outlook and the same perspective, but trade something completely different. And it's important for you guys to really understand that.
Yeah. So my follow-up on like potentially some of the difference, a lot of that I actually agree with. For me, obviously, you're always trying to identify opportunity, and that's really what I even started my channel on, is like just trying to do it. And really, for AMC, I got into AMC right after GME. I was in GME before the run-up, and then AMC, the reason I saw it, I thought I saw opportunity. It came flying down. I think my first buy was around $8, and that was at end of January. I thought in early February, there was going to be a huge reversion bounce. That's what I was looking for. And this is honestly one of my rules, and I broke it. And I mean, sometimes there's certain opportunities that call for you to break your rule. But one of my personal rules is to not change your trading plan when you get into the trade. That's generally a good idea that you're doing something wrong. And AMC was one of those times I broke the rule. And I think it happened because what I considered going on with AMC to be beyond the definition of a black swan event. But I changed my plan because for me, it went from an opportunistic trade, which like, yeah, it still fits that definition, to more of just like, it's become a cultural movement against Wall Street. And like, It's one of those, like, so I don't think I really changed my plan and like, oh, like what I'm trying to do. It just, I realized what it became, and it just continued to grow and grow and grow. And then it just like became absolutely massive. So with it, and I've stressed this a couple times on my stream, to me, AMC and GME are so different. I don't think of it as a normal trade or anything like that. It's just not for me. Like right now, I'm in it. I'm going to hold it because I like the message that it's sending to Wall Street. I think I'm going to make some serious money on it, but I'm just looking for actual reform, and I'm very, very supportive of that cultural movement. But that doesn't mean I go around and diamond hand every single trade. That's just not this. What we're seeing right now is a time like this is it. Like this is the first time something like this has actually happened. So like if it's the first time, like what's the likelihood of it happening again? We don't know. So I don't know if it's necessarily a fair trading plan to carry forward on other things, because I've never seen such a social movement behind something. So I think our perspective is just the difference that like I'm starting to view this as more of a social cultural movement rather than like an individual trade.
I want to just add on top of that is like, guys, like you just heard, like, we have different approaches towards something like AMC, and, that was, it's Matt's decision and choice to trade a certain way. And I respect the hell out of him for it. And other traders that trade other ways, I respect the hell out of their strategies and their styles. Just because someone doesn't trade the same way as somebody else doesn't mean that you guys can't, respect and appreciate other people's styles and strategies. And the fact, and this is real talk for a second, like the fact that both of us can be on this live stream and have real conversations about AMC, about GameStop, about the overall markets, about other stocks, about trading in general is huge. Like that's a huge deal. And I really hope that a lot of our viewers on here, I really hope that you guys are getting something out of it.
I honestly think they are. I like these a lot, especially because it's nice to know, like Mike was alluding to earlier, we didn't talk about this stuff, and I'm very interested to see if my current technical analysis of AMC is going to be in line with yours, if we're seeing a similar thing or not.
I'm sure. We've been pretty damn near spot on, probably within 50 cents on our levels. Let's get into it. We've done like about a 35-minute Q&A.
Okay.
I think that kind of let's wrap up our Q&A and let's actually dive in. Let's talk about AMC. I'm seeing a lot of questions about AMC kind of coming through the screen here anyway. So what I'll do here is maybe let's start things off, Matt. Like I'll pull up a chart of AMC, and then why don't you just kind of talk a little bit about like what happened today? Because like I wasn't trading AMC today. You know, there was a bunch of other stuff that I kind of had on my radar today. So why don't you just kind of talk to people about what happened today with AMC and why today you think was such an important day? You can go through kind of your analysis there, and then I can add to it if I see something there too.
Yeah. So I would say there's about 3 different technical things I've been paying attention to that finally culminated into a nice almost 25% gain day. And honestly, I think it's also hinting at a continuation. So number one, on this daily time frame, if you do a Fibonacci retracement of like kind of that, like the low 8s, if we start off at that low on your screen and then just go up to the high.
Like going back from February?
No, not that far. Like even mid-May, like just this run up in a recent period. Roughly, we're seeing a Fibonacci perfect bounce off of 62. So some people are starting to notice that they found someone wrote an old article on it about calling it a parabolic, just kind of a bounce off of that. Like it's a parabolic move upward, which we saw from 8 to 72. It consolidates and then it kind of brutally sells off. And I'm like, all right, I definitely see how AMC meets that definition. And they were intentionally pointing out, a bounce off of the 62%. So on the bigger time frame, really like that. I was like, okay, we have some sort of technical support. It adhered to it twice. I like that. And if can we go on a smaller time frame now, like the 2 hour, 4 hour, something like that?
Sure. Let me break this down. So this is 15-minute. I can break it down to an hourly. You want me to do an hourly?
Yeah, and then kind of just zoom in on like what we've seen over the past couple of days. Here, we're just seeing a double bounce. Like if you're including not like all market hours, like outside of also just 9:30 to 4 extended hours trading, we just have a double bounce. Like it's just a George W, as it's referred to in the community. So these 2 things, we have the daily chart bouncing off of the fib level. Here we have just a double bounce. Like we just clearly have support at this level. And then when you put that all with the final thing, like more of like the dagger in the chest, the RSI, it's super oversold. And we also see some bullish divergence. Like the most recent relative low has a higher bullish momentum according to the RSI than the previous one. And I just really like that divergence. So the daily time frame showing like, okay, we're looking at a bounce, it's technical support. Same with the 2 to 4 hour. And then when you put that together with the RSI, I just thought we had 3 important technical things all coming together. And obviously someone else out there was also seeing something in that chart and they bought. And I think we got over whatever that previous hump was. And that's when you saw some like just momentum and FOMO buyers stepping in.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about this previously of how important 40 to 42 is. And I think it's absolutely amazing that it recaptured it. If I'm being completely honest, I thought we would get stalled out on that just because that was already a huge percentage gain. The fact that we closed above it on considerable volume, I mean, that's why I just can't keep smiling because like it's just we're continuing in tomorrow with it. Like it was such just a show of strength. And I think I want the momentum to continue because I truly think it could lead to something awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think the one thing that I'm also going to add with this AMC is I'm going to go back even further, guys. I'm going to go to a weekly chart right now, and I'm going to go all the way back on AMC. All right, I'm going to go where are we? Go all the way back here on AMC. Let's do. Actually, I'm sorry. No, we don't have to go to a weekly. I just want to go right here to a daily chart. I don't even have to go to a weekly. I want to go all the way back there to June.
Mm-hmm. I
want to go back here to June because this day in June was very important. Okay? This was the day. Obviously, everybody was going crazy. Everybody was, singing and dancing, and running down the street naked, and everybody was going crazy. This was a massive volume day for AMC. Okay, massive volume day for AMC. I believe it's the it's the highest dollar volume the stock has ever traded in one day. It's not the heaviest share volume because the heaviest share volume was back here January 27th, but the stock was only $16 a share at that time. So I believe this is the heaviest dollar volume that the stock has ever traded in any given day. And it happened after a gap up. So this is a gap. Now, gaps are important levels on technical charts. Gap entries are key levels. Gap fills are key levels. And the gap fill for AMC was right around $32. That was your gap fill. That is also where the double bottom that Matt was just talking about occurred. That increases the strength of that support level. So what we like to look for when we're doing technical analysis, and this is something that I teach everybody, is like how to use multiple indicators together. Like how do multiple indicators work in conjunction to create patterns, setups, support, resistance, whatever it be. And the more indicators that you get giving you a signal, the higher the probability of that pattern working itself out. You guys also have to think about it. Technical analysis, in a way, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Technical analysis works because everyone sees the same technical analysis. So the reason why you have to look at it this way. There's computer algorithms, traders all over the world. Some of them, they buy gap fills. Others buy at VWAP. Others buy the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. Others buy at the 200-day moving average. So when you get an et cetera, when you get more and more and more and more of those indicators that are all converging to give you the same signal, or they're converging on the same price point, then there's going to be more and more and more people that are going to be buying at that price because of all those different indicators that are converging at that price point. So you're going to have some traders that have come in and buy 32 because of the double bottom. You're going to have other traders that have come in and buy 32 because of the 61.8 retracement on the Fibonacci. You're going to have other traders come in and buy 32 because of the gap fill. Add all of that stuff together with a heavy short position on the stock, and you may have also gotten some short covering down around that area because that's a key level of support. Once that $40 support broke, your next level of support is that low 30s. You maybe got some short covering down there as well. Then you also have some dip buyers that come in, and then that all of a sudden gives you a nice strong start to the day. Once you get a nice strong start to the day, which is what occurred today, and I'll take things out to a 3-minute chart just so you guys can see kind of intraday action here. Once you get that strong start to the day, now all of a sudden the stock starts to gain momentum, and then really just things really opened up right into the close. I think you had shorts. I mean, look at the volume that came in before the close.
Yeah.
The volume into the close was insane. I really think that volume into the close was shorts that were hanging on to try to get more out of this pullback that said, you know what? I'll take it. I'm out. And then you had longs that came in and said, man, AMC at 40, I'm in. You had, I think, seller's remorse on some traders that maybe sold AMC in the 30s, that when they saw it back above 40, they were like, shit, I knew I should have held. I knew I should have bought more. And I think you saw that little bit of FOMO kick in there before the close because, folks, AMC popped $4 in about 20 minutes on huge volume. So that was real momentum behind that move. And that was above a major level of resistance. And this is why I really believe that a lot of that was short covering, because a lot of your short sellers were really looking for this level to stay resistance.
Yeah.
A lot of shorts were looking for this level, which was previously a major level of support. They were looking at this to stay resistance. Once we broke above that level, I think shorts said, okay, I'm good here. I'm out. And I'm going to leave this line here at 40. I'm going to leave that line. Let's delete this so there's no confusion. I'm going to leave that line. That's the previous support that shorts were hoping were going to stay resistance. Look at where the momentum started today.
Yeah.
Look at the line.
That's crazy.
Look at that line, folks. We ran right up to it earlier in the day, stalled, and once it finally broke, that's when all hell broke loose. That's when all that volume came in, because that level has finally broken back to the upside, which is a strong indication for the stock. And again, I'll go back to the daily chart. I'm not moving that line. This is not a coincidence. There's the line. There's the double bottom support. And then when I go intraday, there's the line. It's not a coincidence that the price action coincides with that level so specifically and so key. And that's why I think that you had, once we broke over that level, and Matt, just like yourself, I'm surprised that we got through that level today. I'm surprised, because I thought maybe we would kind of stall up there. That was a big move for the stock today. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe the stock would kind of stall a little bit. I thought maybe some more sellers would come in and try to short the stock there at 40. And I thought longs would be a little hesitant, but they just pushed right through that thing like it wasn't even there. And you got that real strong push there into the close. So I think this is a really important technical day. Anyone that's listening to this live stream, if you do not understand what I'm saying or what I'm talking about, if this sounds like this stuff is kind of over your head, do not worry. As a member of TTG, I teach you guys all of this. And you can see whether you're an ape or not, this is important information to know. And this can be helpful information. And, once again, Matt and I agree on the technical analysis and the levels that we are talking about. And everything, the stars kind of really align there for a nice move higher. The other thing that I want to point out is something that I'm going to actually be looking at is actually going to be this MACD indicator as well. The reason why I'm going to be looking at this MACD indicator as well is because when the MACD had a signal line crossover to the downside, that's the exact same day that AMC ran out of momentum. So when the MACD crossed underneath the signal line, that's the day that AMC started to get tired. And now that you've gotten this move, you're starting to see the MACD is starting to curl its way back up again. So watch for a signal line crossover on the MACD, which would also coincide with a zero line crossover on the MACD. Both two bullish signs from the MACD indicator. If you get a signal line crossover or a zero line crossover, both of those are bullish indicators from a MACD standpoint. So it doesn't look like it's going to happen tomorrow that you get that signal. That doesn't mean AMC can't go up tomorrow. If AMC goes up tomorrow, it'll actually help this indicator cross. But keep an eye on this, because it's interesting that it's almost literally the exact day we got the cross to the downside is the exact day that AMC started its downtrend. So if you get a cross to the upside, that could be possibly the start of a new uptrend. So this is something that I'm going to be watching on AMC. I'm going to be paying attention to it. I'm sure Matt and his group are going to be paying attention to it there as well. Have eyes on this and see what comes out. So guys, this is, I'll say this, Matt, we come on here, right? We talk honestly. I know you talk honestly to your subscribers as well, right? But there's a lot of, and I also feel like there's a lot of misinformation that's going on out there on social media, on YouTube about, AMC specifically, GameStop. There's a lot, like just in things in general. And I kind of want to know, like, what is your opinion on all of that?
I mean, on the most general level, I agree. There is a lot of misinformation out there, and it goes in both directions. Like, it's very easy, especially if you're a proud AMC holder, to just be like, yeah, there's FUD. Like, I read all these articles day in and day out, people trying to spread that type of information. But understand it also goes the other way, where people, for whatever reason, if maybe they legitimately think they're helping the community, accidentally spreading misinformation, but just in general, there's a lot of confirmation bias too. And I think the FUD and the confirmation bias, they're both equally unhealthy to the community for whatever it is. I mean, sometimes people, maybe it's accidentally posting it. Maybe it's other people that all they care about is what? Likes, karma, views, just like some sort of adulations. And it's a lot out there. And with it, I mean, whether malicious or not, good or bad, like, you can't be, Trading is about realism. It's something that should be verified. Like, you shouldn't go out of your way to seek things that make you feel better about your position, and you shouldn't fall for the deceptive misinformation that's like trying to say something overtly negative. It's a game of realism, and this is like one thing I talk a lot about in my stream. Even fact check me, fact check Mike. You should have conviction in your own trade. You shouldn't just be running with like random things that are thrown out there, good or bad. It does cut both ways. You have to, like I said, I've reiterated it now. I'm just like beating dead horse. Trading is a game of realism. Don't look for something overly good and like be able to battle something overly bad. Live in the middle and just have conviction in your own trade, because I mean, and you see it both ways. Like, you see creators trying to be overly like too positive, staying negative, or too overly positive about AMC. And then you see mainstream media that's being overly negative, and all you hear is like, oh, it's fundamentally overvalued. Why would you possibly buy it? So it cuts both ways. And I think when we're coming back to like the psychology of risk tolerance, what you're looking at for your risk and reward, I mean, if you have conviction in your trade, well, then you're going to feel good about it because you know why you're in the trade. You've done the DD yourself. You're not just getting it secondhand from someone else.
Yeah, man. I'm very well said. Very, very, very well said. And there's so many people out there, like I said, both sides that are just spewing stuff. So I know you're really into the social media and the creator aspect of everything. So I was really kind of curious as to like your take and your input on that. So appreciate the honesty, man, as always, and appreciate you spending the time coming on here with me to chop it up, do a nice Q&A with everybody, and to talk AMC. And I'm not surprised that our analysis has coincided yet again. And congrats on the big day today on AMC, and looking forward to see what happens here these next couple of days. And maybe we'll be back on here to do it again here very soon.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, one final, I guess, thought specifically for tomorrow, just in like how you're looking at AMC, the situation, not only technically, but psychologically. How damaging to the shorts do you think it would be if we get above and close above $50 tomorrow?
Game over.
You think it's game over? You think the shorts are running for the hill?
You got to look at it this way. If you're a short seller, okay? If you're a short seller, there's levels of resistance that you're going to really lean on.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to short in front of, you're going to set stop losses at. One of those levels was broken today. If the next level gets broken in back-to-back days, that would be very, very, very concerning for a short seller. So, and I'm just going to pull up my chart just one more time just to show people the level. So the levels that you would be looking at if you were a short seller, right? The levels you'd be looking at if you were a short seller is right here. This is the level that we broke above today. The next level is going to be right here, which is like, and this level is a little bit wider. This is going to be like 50 to 52.
Okay.
That's your next level. That's the level that once that level broke, and Matt and I have talked about this level on prior live streams about how serious this support level was. Once that level broke, that's where the downtrend then really started. Once that support level broke, that level is even more significant of a resistance point than this one was. So if we tomorrow, if AMC does that tomorrow, your next level is right there. And that's going to be your $64 to $65 resistance. And then after that, all you have is the all-time high. And I actually don't think this all-time high would hold if it got tested. If we are ever on a live stream talking about, well, we got to test the all-time high and see if that, I don't think that's a conversation. I think that if these support levels were to break, I think that would be it. I don't think that all-time high would even, I think it would be broken in the same day. I think that just the momentum would just take you right through that all-time high if that were the case. So your next major levels of resistance that you're going to be looking at are going to be 50 to 52. and then 64 to 65. So I don't expect AMC to break through 52 tomorrow. But if you get a move tomorrow that takes you up into the high 40s, if AMC is 48, 49 tomorrow, and it doesn't really shy away from that resistance, because everyone knows that resistance is there, you're going to get a feel for how strong the buying pressure really is once we get up towards 50. If you see the stock just base out up there and it just kind of consolidates 48, 49, 50, 51, 49, 50, 49, 50, 48, 49, 51, 50, 51, 49, 50. If that's what the stock does when it gets there, that's going to be a really good sign of strength. So that's why that level, shorts are going to be watching that level very, very, very closely. So again, your question about if we break through that level tomorrow, what do I think? I think shorts would be in full-blown panic mode because that's going to be a big, big, big move in a very short period of time. It's going to catch a lot of traders off guard. I think a lot of people added to their shorts once we broke below 50 in early July. And now all of a sudden they were sitting on big profit on the short. Now all of a sudden that puts them underwater. And now you're right back on that potential short squeeze. So I think that would be a huge thing that if that happened. So
it's interesting that my thesis is in line with yours on that. So today I think there was like some of the shorts who were late to the party were like, trying to test the waters, got a little overly confident, saw weakness. They're like, whoa, they got quickly blown out. So that's minute. But like, I mean, we're still pushing like borderline 100 million. I don't know. It's 80, 90 million shares that I think is in this hunk of like right above that. So like, that's why I'm so interested in this level, because I think so many shorts, like you said it exactly, of like, that's when I think panic could really set in from them. And that's when I think we could see a mass majority of the current shorts just trying to salvage something or just trying to not get blown up, because no one wants to be the next Melvin Capital or White Square or anything like that. Right. It's just too embarrassing.
Yeah, true. Very true. Truth discernment, not questioning the value you or others have derived from TTG. I'm asking Matt why he's here when he's been so overtly against paywall content makers, not an attack on anyone. Oh, Matt, there you go, man. That's a good question for you.
Yeah. I mean, no, this is a really good question.
And I will also say, like, thank you. That's a very mature comment and question, and they asked it in a very, very respectful way, and I appreciate that. But Matt, I'll let you go ahead and fire away.
So I think the difference with that is to the exact definition, yes, TTG is content creation, but it's not like social media content creation. They're here for trading education. Their main attempt is not to be a YouTube personality, a YouTube entertainer, or a YouTube educator. They use it more as a tool. They're attempting to like teach the masses of proper education, and not necessarily like just be like a social media brand star personality, whatever you want to call it. So like in my mind, at least, it's two different paths of what you're actually attempting to do.
Very cool. Thank you for that, Matt. And guys, myself, True Trading Group, we never pretended to be anything else. We've never pretended to be anything else. TTG it's a premium product, and our goal is to educate the retail trader. Everybody, at the end of the day, Matt and I have the same goal. That's to educate retail traders. It's to empower the little guy. It's to level the playing field. We're just trying to reach that goal in different ways and through different methods. And True Trading Group is a premium product. We are an educational platform for traders. We combine top-notch education, premium tools from companies like TradingView, Benzinga, Quote Media, and others. And we're a community where we, like I said before, we all share the same goal. That's to learn, trade, and profit together. But True Trading Group is a business. Why make a business if I'm a successful trader? A lot of people do ask me, and it's because I'm also a businessman. And my partner, Adam, and I, we saw an opportunity to positively disrupt an industry that has a terrible reputation, and for good reason, because there's a lot of BS people out there that teach you nothing but continuously upsell you product after product after product. And it's a shame. It shouldn't be that difficult for people to actually learn how to do this, because everybody wants to learn, but nobody really knows where to go about to do it. I get to trade every single day and get paid to help others become successful traders by providing 10 times the value of any other company in this industry for a fraction of the price. And if you don't like the idea of TTG being a business, ask yourself this. Would you rather that I treat you as a charity, or would you rather get what you pay for and then some? I'm not here to do anybody favors, nor am I here, I don't want people to owe me anything. We run a business that's sole purpose is to grow, succeed, and our success and growth is based on the success of our members. That's how we've grown True Trading Group since day one. That's why when you do join, we say welcome to the family. And that's why we work 15 hours a day, literally, and we leave no trader behind. We're only as good as our members are doing, not by how much money we're spending on marketing. And our success is directly tied to our members. And when's the last time any business truly gave a shit about whether you succeed or fail, or had that mindset, especially in this space? So, that's why we do what we do. And I think it was a fair question. I respect the question, and I respect the answer from Matt. And I appreciate everybody coming on here and joining us on this live stream. I think it was badass as always. We talked about some good stuff, some really helpful information, technical analysis on AMC that I think, ape or not, you guys can really get benefit and use this information. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Q&A and my keyboard story. Everybody always gets a crack out of my keyboard stories, man. They get a crack out of my keyboard story. It's like, I think I'll never forget Ruben. Like, you got to see the size of this man. Like, he's just a massive human being. To see him just running down the train. I laugh every time I think about it. But
had to be a sight to see.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. He's like a giant grizzly bear. It's hilarious. But cool, man. Matt, thanks a lot, bro. Thank you so much for coming on here tonight. I appreciate your words, your commentary, your input, your perspective. As always, my friend, it was great. We'll chop it up, I'm sure, tomorrow after we see what AMC does, and then maybe we can pick things back up another time. So I appreciate you coming on with me, man.
Yeah, as always, I appreciate it. And I'm super interested to see if our prediction of this breakout is what it could lead to. I want to know hindsight. Hindsight's always going to be 2020. It's curious to know how our current call is going to go.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Good stuff, man. Well, thanks again, brother. Have a good day tomorrow, and I'll talk to you later. Everybody, obviously, if you guys are from the Ape Nation, you guys all know Matt. You don't have to thank him. He talks to you all day long. But if you're a member of TTG and you're a part of the TTG fan, give a big warm welcome to Matt. Big warm thank you. Don't welcome him. He's going. Give a big warm thank you to Matt for coming on here and spending some time with us. Always appreciate it, bro. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Later, man. All right, guys, there you have it. Another awesome session with Matt. We talked about AMC. We had a lot of good stuff going on there. We answered some really great questions. It was a lot of fun. I always enjoy these lives. We always talk about some really good stuff. So a lot of fun. Now, guys, listen up. For those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, if I didn't get to your question, if you guys had questions earlier and we didn't get to it, don't worry. We do this 6 nights a week. Make sure you guys click the subscribe button, click that notification bell icon. Make sure you never miss out on any one of these live streams. If you are a member of True Trading Group and we did not get to your question, just send myself or any one of our 7 pro trader moderators a private message in chat tomorrow. We'll be more than happy to answer your question. If the ability to have access to pro traders during a trading day sounds strange to you, I assure you it is the norm in True Trading Group and something that our members experience every single day. That is what makes us a family. And speaking of new people or non-TTG members, I would love to see what we're working with here. Listen, if you're not a member of True Trading Group or this is your very first time joining us for a live stream, type the number 1 in chat right now real quick. I'd like to see how many people we have on here that are new. All right, we got Blake, we got Sharon Carroll, we got Smurf1, Gene Leonard, Arkagami, Bino Marino, Andrew Puente, Harry Photos, Jason Pilarski, Seraphim. We got King Art, Norman Fevrier, Tona Tancreed, Dare Bluewall, BG Sepp, Page, Limerick's Cube, Zach Perkins, Voldmaris, Jana, Michael Bogan, Johnny G, Hu Ray, Caitlin Anderson, International Med Distribution, LLC, COVID-19 Supply, USA Worldwide. Nice. Great username. Chaz, we got Jane, beautiful guys. A lot of number ones. I can't even keep up. There are so many number ones being typed there in chat. I can't even keep it up. But welcome all of you that are typing the number one there in chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we get into the main topics of tonight's live stream, we're going to be covering the SPY bounce today. We're also going to be covering one specific chart pattern that I'm going to show you on this live that is an A+ setup. I'm going to explain to you what makes it an A+ setup. I teach it to all my THD fam, so you better make sure you've got a pen and paper to take some notes, because this is something that can help you guys make money as early as tomorrow. But before we get into those main topics, for those that don't know, we do a lot of giveaways with our members. All right, we actually just gave away $30,000 just this past Sunday to one of our lucky TTG fam, but we also do a lot of giveaways with new members. So we're constantly giving away like Amazon Kindle Fires, Android tablets. We also give away laptops to new members. We don't always have them available, but when we do, they go very quick. And tonight we've got 19 laptops available. The next 19 people that use the coupon code TTG121 will get themselves a brand new free laptop when they join the THD family. It's our gift to you for joining the fam. It's totally free. We even cover the shipping, and we do ship globally. We have members from all over the globe. We got members in Japan, the Philippines, the UK, the Netherlands, Italy, Brazil, Mexico, Cuba, you name it. We got members from all over the world. Okay, the next 19 people will get themselves a brand new free laptop. All right, a 1-year membership to True Trading Group. Okay, a 1-year membership to True Trading Group normally costs $2,212 from now until midnight Pacific. This will be your last chance to save 40% and pay only $1,308. And the next 19 people to do so are going to get themselves a brand new free laptop. I want you to think of True Trading Group as a Netflix of trading communities, folks. You pay one price, you get access to every single thing that we have to offer and everything we ever will offer. You're going to be getting our professional 17-course curriculum. It's a simplified version of the education I learned working at the hedge fund. It's broken down to beginner and foundation courses, also advanced courses, courses on options, trader psychology, swing trading, crypto, how to trade during a down market. You get access to all of it. There's no upsells. There's no VIP pro courses that cost more money. You get access to every course. You also get our Benzinga Pro news feed, which gives you live breaking up to the second news alerts and chat. Colt Media's full book level 2. It shows you all the market makers, not just the few that your broker shows you. ETNA's trade simulator. This lets you trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time data while you practice implementing what you've learned in the courses. Access to our chat room, which is unlike anything you guys ever experienced before. It's not Discord or anything like that. We share our screen with you during the day. All the moderators do. We're live on the microphone, talking to you throughout the day, calling out opportunities, answering DMs, answering questions, giving you all of our trade alerts, and breaking down where we see opportunity in the markets. You're also getting our trade idea scanner. It shows you what stocks are making new highs, new lows, increases in volume. All of this you get access to, guys. No upsells. You just pay $13.08 with that coupon code, and that's it. You guys get access to all of this. We're in chat with you all day, every day. We're not gone after 2 hours. You'll have to fend for yourself. And the moderators and I are currently sporting an 83% win rate in chat, which means 83% of the time we call out a trade alert, it is a profitable one. We also do live workshops and webinars with our members. We do one-on-one mentor sessions with lifetime members. We do small private study groups to get that individualized attention with a moderator, ask questions, get help with topics that you need help with. And then we do the giveaways. Like I said, we gave away 30 grand on Sunday. Every time TTG gets 300 new members to the family, we give away either a brand new Tesla or 30 grand. The winner chooses cash to the car. All you got to do is be a member and you can register for that giveaway. Okay. So the next 19 people to use coupon code TTG121 will get the 40% discount, and you're going to get that brand new free laptop. Last thing I'll note before we move on, you'll know you are one of the 19 laptops if you go to your checkout cart and the laptop is in your checkout. The laptop is in your checkout. That means you are one of the 19. If you go to your checkout cart and the laptop is not there, that means we have sold out of those laptops. They go fast. All right. You actually have to enter coupon code TTG121 and click apply code. We also do offer a money back guarantee. Okay. I'm so confident in the program that we've created here. I believe so much in this education and in this community that we've created for traders that if you put in a little bit of work, this can work for you. And that's why I offer money back guarantees. So if you go through all my courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one private study group, if you do those three things and still do not make your membership fee back, which is $13.08, if you don't make that back at least once during your membership, I'll give you a full refund. I'm not kidding. I'll give you all your money back. Everything I'm saying to you, it's on the website, so you know you're getting everything that I'm telling you guys right here. Okay? So again, use coupon code TTG121 to get the 40% discount and to get yourself that brand new free laptop. All right. Now let's take things over to the charts. Let's go ahead and start breaking down the lessons of the day here. We're going to talk about the SPY first. Now, yesterday, we did a live stream. The topic of that live stream was, is the stock market crashing? Or is it time to buy the dip? That was the title of our live stream yesterday. If you missed that live stream, or if you're one of our new viewers, I welcome and encourage you to watch that live stream when we are finished here to get my analysis on the SPY. The SPY did exactly what we spoke about last night. Exactly. I want to point out to you the importance of the 50-day moving average. Okay? I want to point out to you the importance of the 50-day moving average. Because every single time that we have tested the 50-day moving average in 2021, we have taken it back the very next day. And I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm referring to. This navy blue line, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to change the color just so you guys can see this better. Let's make it green. All right, let's make it green. And I can't make it. Oh, here we go. Line width. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So I've changed the color of my 50-day moving average to green. Tara, welcome to the TTG family. Tara, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone give Tara a big warm welcome. We now have 18 laptops left. Just use coupon code TTG121. That brings the price from $22.12 all the way down to $13.08. And the next 18 people to use that code are going to get a brand new free laptop. Okay. So now this green line on my screen, I made it bigger and green so you guys can all see it easily. A couple of people yesterday said they couldn't see it on the screen. This is your 50-day moving average. Now, I've zoomed in because I want to show you every single time that we test that 50-day moving average, I want you to notice how we take it back the very next day. You see how we test the 50-day average, we take it back the very next day. We test the 50-day moving average, we take it back the very next day. We test and almost violate the 50-day moving average. What happened the very next day? We took it right back. That's just January, February, and March. There's January's test, February's test, March's test. The day we test it, the very next day, we take it right back. This is what we talked about yesterday on the live stream. Now let's move forward. Now, again, we test the 50-day moving average. What happens? The very next day, we take it back. Let's keep going. Oh, there's a 50-day moving average test. But what happened the very next day? We took it back. Let's keep going. Oh, there's a 50-day moving average test. What happened the very next day? We took it back. Let's keep going. Oh, there's a 50-day moving average. What happened the very next day? We took it back. Every single day that we have tested this 50-day moving average in 2021, the market has rebounded aggressively the very next day. Now let's keep going forward. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. And then all of a sudden we had yesterday. There's the 50-day moving average test. What happened today? Took it right back. This is the exact analysis that we talked about yesterday on the live stream. Every single time the 50-day moving average is tested, it takes it back the very next day. Clear as day. I don't even remember the last time I've seen a 50-day moving average have this strength and support. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. We took it right back today. Took it right back. Robert, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone give Robert a big warm welcome, newest member of our family. 17 laptops left. 17 laptops left. Use coupon code TTG121. Get the 40% discount, guys. It brings the price from $22.12 all the way down to $13.08. And you get a brand new free laptop in the meantime. All right. So there you have it. That's a very significant bounce back today. You know, we got back up. We filled the gap. That's what everybody wanted to know. Are we going to fill the gap? And there was your gap fill, and we did it. All right. There's your gap fill. We had the big gap down day yesterday. That's when everybody was scared. The market was crashing. And what happened today? We took it right back. We filled the gap. And now you're going to want to see the SPY push higher tomorrow and get up to 433, 434. You're going to want to see the markets move higher again now tomorrow. All right. But now that we've successfully held that 50-day moving average, we got to talk about what's next. And as I sit here and I look at this, it's clear as day, guys. That's it. This is your support level. It's the 50-day moving average. As long as we are above the 50-day moving average, you've got to remain bullish on the overall market. You got to remain bullish as long as we stay above this 50-day moving average. So we stayed above it. I remain bullish until we get beneath it. So now I will be looking for, over the next couple of weeks, new all-time highs. I've also said, if you followed my live stream for the last several months, I've said it time and time again, that any pullback that is based on COVID headlines, I think is buyable. I think when COVID headlines come out, they are scary. It brings back PTSD from last year and what happened in the markets, and investors have strong PTSD from what happened last year. But when push comes to shove, I think traders and investors start to ask themselves, how worried are we about the Delta variant? We've got vaccines now. Do we really think we're going to go back to another lockdown? And when push comes to shove, I don't think that the markets believe that's going to happen again. And that's why after the initial headlines subside, the markets rally themselves right back. Jose, welcome to the TTG family. Jose, folks, that means we've only got 16 laptops left. You just have to use coupon code TTG121 to get the 40% discount and get yourself a brand new free laptop. I told you these laptops go fast. We are now down to just 16 of those laptops. All right, we are now down to just 16 of those laptops. All right, I'm actually gonna, I like that better. I like that better. We're going to go with that. All right, so there we have it, folks. Okay, so there it is. That's the SPY. All right. That's the SPY. That's where we're at. Okay. That's your SPY. Now, the next part of this live stream is going to get real serious. All right. Because now I'm going to go over with you a very, very, very important chart pattern and setup on NURO, excuse me. NURO today had a textbook double bottom gap up with a trade line VWAP crossover. Jared, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone give Jared a big warm welcome to the TTG fam, our newest member. Folks, we only have 15 laptops left now, 15. Okay, use coupon code TTG121, get the 40% discount, get yourself a brand new laptop, and get yourself that money back guarantee. Okay, now NURO. What I'm going to go over with you guys here is a chart setup that's a combination of two things that I teach all my members. It's a day trading setup that I think every single day trader needs to know. I'm going to break it down for you in exact detail right here, right now. Get out your pen and paper. It's time to go to school. Let's learn something. Now, let's go to the daily chart first, because the first thing that we're going to do here today on NURO is acknowledge the gap up. We've gapped up today over $4. Why do we have to acknowledge the gap up over $4? Because it's important for us to draw out our key levels of resistance that we gap above. Whenever you have a stock that gaps above a key level of resistance, you need to notice that, and you need to draw a line across that level so you can see and expect, does that level now become support? That's what happened here today on NURO. NURO, you will see here in February, March, and April had heavy resistance just below $4. You'll then see that in June, we tested that level again, just below $4. And then again, was once again an area of resistance. So that became resistance for you on NURO. But today we gapped above NURO. So when we do our chart analysis pre-market, we say to ourselves, okay, that was previously resistance. Now we look for it to become support, right? Now we look for it to become support. Okay, let's go to the 3-minute chart now. I'm going to leave that line up on my screen. Let's go to the 3-minute chart. Would you look at that? Look at that. Almost perfect. That's the same level, right? Let's go back to the daily chart. There it is, the same level. That's the same line. I haven't moved the line. Then when I go to the 3-minute chart, again, there it is. So now what I want to point out to you now is a double bottom at that previous resistance, which is now a level of support. Now, a couple things that you need to make sure are part of this setup. There's a lot of different factors in chart patterns that lead to either an A+ setup, a B setup, a C setup. A setups work 70 to 75% of the time. They resolve themselves in specific price action. A B setup, 60, 65% of the time. A C setup is maybe a 50-50 coin flip. So when you were looking for a double bottom gap up, what are some of the things you want to see? First, you want to see the stock push off the open. When it pushes off the open, you want it to see increasing volume. You want increasing volume while the stock pushes off the open. Then when you get the pullback to retest that low, you want that pullback to be on lower volume. This is very important, guys. I'm being serious. Take notes. Because if this is not the case, then the quality of the setup will be less. This is an A+ setup. It's textbook. Doesn't get any better than this. All right. So your low of the day down here, Thigh, welcome to the TTG family. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Thigh, welcome to the TTG family. Use coupon code TTG121, folks. There's only 14 laptops left. I told you they go quick. TTG121, get a 40% discount and get yourself a brand new free laptop. Okay. So there you have it. Increasing volume on the way up. Decreasing volume on the way down, double bottom at the previous resistance level, on the daily chart now becomes support. That's part one, double bottom gap up. What's part two? A trade line VWAP crossover. Now, a trade line, the trade line is this teal line you see on my screen. That like baby blue line you see on my screen. VWAP is this orange line you see on my screen. The trade line, do not look in your charting software for something called trade line. You're not going to find it. It's the 9 exponential moving average, the 9 EMA, the 9 EMA. Okay. Now, trade line VWAP crossovers are momentum triggers. All right. So when the trade line crosses over and above VWAP for the first time during the day, you will then sometimes see the trade line starts to act as an area of support and then starts to push the stock higher. But there are two very specific key things that you want to see occur that will confirm the trade line VWAP crossover. The first thing that will confirm the trade line VWAP crossover is a quick jump in share price. Quick jump in share price. There you have it, from 4 to 450. Quick jump in share price accompanied with an increase in volume. Now, what you will notice is that the volume bar that came in here when we shot up over VWAP was actually the heaviest volume bar the stock had traded at any point during the day. That's significant. So that confirms the trade line VWAP crossover. Again, two things confirm it. Increase in share price, increase in volume. The stronger that increase in volume, the greater the chance of this actually confirming. Once you get that confirmation, you then look for the trade line to become support, which is this blue line. Now look at what happens next. Trade line support. 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 Until finally it broke. Guys, I'm not kidding when I say take notes. Alexander, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone, give Alexander a big warm welcome. Alexander, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone, give Alexander a big warm welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone, use coupon code TTG121. Get that 40% discount. There's only 13 laptops left. They're going to go quick. They'll be gone by midnight. Jump on them now. Okay, so there you guys see. Look at that trade line support. That's incredible. Now, this is an extreme scenario. This is an extreme scenario. Okay? Now, for a stock to make this large of a move is not normal. That does not happen every day. But the premise still is there. Okay, you see the trend, the trade line acting as support, pushing the stock higher, 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 higher. But it all goes back to this setup. And I'm going to delete everything and just go over this one more time just for a quick review. Okay, remember, let's go over it again. Daily chart, right? Let's go over it a little bit more quickly now. Daily chart, previous resistance, right? Previous resistance, great. Let's go intraday. Well, what do we have here? Intraday, you've got double bottom. Okay, this is that level. This is that level that we just had on the daily chart. Double bottom. Okay, increasing volume on the way up off the open. Decreasing volume on the way down to retest that low. Double bottom gap up. Then what do we get? Quick jump in share price coupled with increase in volume, heaviest volume of the day. Well, that confirms what? What does that confirm? A trade line VWAP crossover. Then what happens after the trade line VWAP crossover? You get the trade line acts as an area of support. That's the lesson. That's the lesson. Okay? There you have it. This is a chart setup. Again, I call this a double bottom gap up coupled with a trade line view up crossover. I teach all of my TeachD family members these chart patterns and these setups. If you do not understand what I'm saying to you, if it feels like this is over your head and it's foreign to you, do not worry about it. Don't stress it. I promise you will get to learn this stuff like the back of your hand. My TeachD fam, they learn this. They know it. They didn't know what this stuff was before they joined. The courses, myself, the moderators will teach you that. But what is the trigger point? Okay, so the ideal entry point on this is going to be right here. That's going to be your ideal entry point right there. Mary, welcome to the TTG family. Mary, welcome to the TTG family. Use coupon code TTG121. Get the 40% discount. Get yourself a brand new laptop. Okay, that's going to be your ideal entry point. Once you get confirmation on the trade line view up crossover, that's the entry point. Okay, so really the ideal entry point is going to be somewhere in here. Because once you get all this confirmation, once you confirm the trade line view up crossover, that's when it's time to enter the trade. Okay, so what you would do in this moment, you would enter the trade anywhere in there. After you get the trade line view up crossover confirmation, you enter the trade anywhere in there, and you set your stop loss just below VWAP. So you enter the trade in here, you set your stop loss below VWAP, and then you ride the wave. Christy, I'm not sure what your question is, Christy. I see that you're asking about the first bottom. How does the first bottom identify itself? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. This was just your initial low off the open, but this is the support level from that previous resistance on the daily. So again, remember this line that's on my screen, we go back to the daily chart, it's this resistance level. So this was previously a level of resistance on the daily chart. Okay, there's the resistance on the daily chart. Okay, there's resistance. You see how the stock cannot get over that price. So when we gapped above that price today, it became support. You see how the stock just could not get back beneath that level? So there's your support. And then this creates that double bottom pattern. Okay. I'm not sure if I understood your question completely, Chrissy. I just kind of caught your comment, like while there's so many comments coming through, I just kind of caught yours. I know you're a new member too. So I hope that answers your question. All right, guys. So there you have it. There's NURO. That is a chart pattern that I think everyone should know if you guys are day traders specifically. And like I said, this is something that you'll get to know like the back of your hand as a member of TTG. Okay. So good stuff, guys. Beautiful. I hope you guys took notes. I'm being dead serious. You want to talk about golden nuggets? I just dropped an entire gold mine on top of you. These are lessons that our members get in their curriculum. You guys just got it here on the live. So make sure you were taking notes. Hope you guys got value from that. Now, I'm about to show you guys the TTG platform. I'm going to show you the platform. I'm going to show you what you get as a member. Before I do, I want to know who here is not a member of True Trading Group. If you're not a member, go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now if you're not a member of True Trading Group. Nice. Howard's melting down the golden nuggets now. Make a big gaudy gold chain from them, Howard. All right, we got Lamerix Cube. We've got Tona. We got Purple Midnight, Scott V, JD Chance, Jarvin Jenkins, Josh Peterson, Blake Mamba, Siopolis, Sharon Carroll, Eric Ortega, Leonard, Chaz, RG, Bhaskar, Chirag Thakur. Beautiful. Beautiful. Glenny Trades. I hate you, man. You got me, Glenny. You got me. You got me, Glenny. All right, beautiful. There's a lot of members typing TTD in chat right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Okay. I love it. Before we get into the platform, keep in mind, folks, I'm going to actually move on to that. Guys, so anyway, before I get into the platform, keep in mind, for all of you that just typed TTG, a 1-year membership to True Trading Group, it's normally $2,212, but until midnight Pacific tonight, you can save 40%. It brings the price all the way down to just $1,308. And the next 12 people to use the coupon code TTG121 will get that discount and a brand new free laptop. It's going to be an Acer, Asus, Dell, HP. We even cover the shipping. It's totally free. It's our gift for joining the family. All right. There's no upsells. There's no add-ons. You get full access to everything we have when you pay just one price. Now, let me show you guys the platform. I'm going to have Adam, my business partner, co-founder in TTG. He's going to pull it up, walk you guys through it. But you guys have to understand that True Trading is a platform. You're not just paying for courses. You get access to the top premium trading tools and products because we bundle them together as part of your membership. Included in your membership is going to be Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of our chat room that gives you breaking news before the rest of the crowd. You cannot rely on something like Yahoo Finance that's way too delayed. It's like 20 minutes delayed. This gives you news as soon as it crosses the wire. The moderators and I, our members, we use this every single day. Crucial for active traders to have a real-time news feed like this. You also get Quote Streams full book level 2. This is going to show you all market maker depth inside of level 2, not just a couple market makers that your broker shows you. You're also going to be getting with that a trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, with real-time data, so you can practice implementing what you have learned in the courses. Prove to yourself you can make money on the simulator first. Trading's not easy. It requires time, energy, and effort to learn this skill. Trade with fake money so you can prove to yourself you can become profitable before risking your hard-earned cash. You're also going to get our Trade Ideas scanner. The Trade Ideas scanner shows you what stocks are making new highs, new lows, increases in volume. It's broken down between small cap, mid cap, and large caps. This really will help you identify what are the best stocks in any given day so you know where to focus your attention, which will give you the best chance to make money. All of this is included free. You don't pay extra for any of this. Then you also get TradingView's Pro charting software. This is one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders today. It is yours included free with your membership to True Trading Group. Then you're getting a minimum of 10 easy-to-follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders currently sporting about an 83% win rate. We are fully transparent in TTG. We keep a trading journal on our website that literally tracks every single buy and every single sell that all of our moderators make, so you can track all of our wins, all of our losses, all of our break-evens. They're all right there with timestamps for you to see, so you can see how you'd be performing had you been following along with some of these trade alerts. You're also getting one small private study group as well with the TTD moderator. This is your chance to get individualized attention, ask questions, get help with lessons and topics, but with the TTD moderator, and get that individualized attention that can really make a difference in your trading. Then, folks, the courses. And it's all of the courses, not just some of them. There are no pro VIP courses that cost more money. You get access to the entire curriculum with your membership. This is a simplified version of the education I received working at the hedge fund. It's broken down into beginner and foundation courses. Then there's advanced courses. There's also courses on options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, even courses on how to trade during a market crash. It's all in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to learn. Then in addition to the courses, you're going to get access to our video library. This has over 100 hours of additional educational video content that are workshops and webinars that we've conducted with our members covering various trading topics like how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO and have confidence pulling the trigger, how to grow a small account, just to name a couple. You have access to all of this, guys. There's no additional fee for any of this. And then, of course, our chat room where the moderators and I will share our screen. We're on the microphone talking to you live, calling out our trades, telling you where we see opportunity, answering questions. You have the ability to DM the moderators and I in chat at any time to ask us questions, get the help that you need. Now, listen up. because between now and August, we're going to be moving the price of our membership up daily from $1,308 up to over $2,000. Because in life, it's important to know the value of your worth. And we know ours. And we're worth. Ali, welcome to the TTG family. Ali, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone give a big warm welcome to Ali. That means there are now 11 laptops left. 11 laptops left, guys. Use that coupon code TTG121. We're down to 11 laptops left. Let me put things into perspective for you, the value of a membership at True Trading Group, because let's say you did not join True Trading Group, but you wanted that Benzinga newsfeed. If you go to Benzinga tomorrow to sign up for that newsfeed, they're going to charge you $1,400 a year. That's more than your entire membership to True Trading Group, and your membership comes with that newsfeed. That's how much value you get in the membership. The full book level 2 from QuoteStream is $990 a year. The trade simulator is $300, and in TradingView's charting software is $600. Just those 4 things would cost you over $3,200 a year. They're all included free with your membership, and you only pay $1,308. Our goal is to disrupt this entire industry. In order to do that, we've got to provide insane value and results at a price substantially less than any of our so-called competitors. And speaking of results, if you guys don't think we're getting them from our members, I want you to pay attention very carefully and watch this. If you are a member of True Trading Group, folks, if you are a member and you are making money and becoming a better trader because of True Trading Group, sound off in chat right now. Type the number 1. Let them know. If you are a member of TTG and you are making money and becoming a better trader, type the number 1 in chat right now. Anyone that's not a member of True Trading Group, watch the side of the screen and see the TTG family members that are commenting, telling you, I'm making money, I'm becoming a better trader, and it's thanks to the platform, the community, the tools, the resources, the mentorship, and the education that is provided on the TTG platform that is making that possible for them. To break this down for you, when you spend $1,308, it's just over $3.50 a day. It's just over $100 a month. And you get access to all of those things that I just broke down for you. $1,308, that's it. And don't forget, folks, we have that money back guarantee. If you don't make that membership fee back, you're going to be getting a full refund if you went through the courses, passed the quizzes, and attend the private study group. But you want to see how many of our members have already made back that membership fee and aren't even thinking about a refund? Guys, if you have made your membership fee back, tell me how long it took. Comment in chat right now. If you are a member, tell me how long did it take for you to make back your membership fee? Comment in chat right now. How long did it take? Soccer Mom took her 3 weeks. 1 week for Aries Webb. 3 months for Earl Gone Fishing. 3 weeks for Roxanne. 1 week for Chuck Lux. The Husky Giant, about 2 weeks. Still learning. That's type the number 1. Susie Laurie made $1,200 today alone. Marcia Gomes, 3 weeks. 2 days for Glenn Wilson. A couple days for Landon Leon. 2 weeks for Shorjai XP. Donna Moore, 1 week while working a full-time job. Less than a week for Steve. 3 weeks for Willard. 6 to 8 weeks for Ray Kane. Calvin D made that money just today alone. Zuber Koya joined yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, Zuber Koya joined, made $500 today alone. Guys, there's no difference between the members you're seeing right now, comment in chat. There's no difference between them and you. They found True Trading Group the same way you did, a live stream. If they can do it, so can you. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot. I welcome, encourage, and invite all of you to go on Trustpilot, read those reviews. Over 1,300 people have taken time out of their day to leave us a review on Trustpilot. There's no better referral than one of your peers. Go read those reviews. And if you also think you can't do this because you work a full-time job and you can't benefit from something like this, you are wrong, because the overwhelming majority of my members do work full-time jobs and they're doing just fine. If you don't believe me, watch this. If you're a member of True Trading Group, folks, if you are a member and you are killing it while working a full-time job, type the letter I in chat right now. Tell me also what you do for a living. How much is the membership? Says Vanessa Chang. The membership is normally $2,212 for the year, but tonight you can use coupon code TTG121. It brings the price all the way down to just $1,308, and you get a brand new free laptop if you're one of the next 11 people. All right, here we go, folks. A carpenter, a manager, film business, a nurse. Christy goes, an attorney, but please don't contact me with car wreck claims. Adam will not contact you, Christy. Adam just got into a car wreck. He won't contact you. A handyman, a fleet manager working 60 hours a week. Adam, I'm sorry.
It's really too soon.
I'm sorry, man. Construction, graphic designer, a truck driver, a mechanic, a delivery person, a police sergeant. You guys get the point. If all of these members, these are TTG members, telling you, hey, I work a full-time job and I'm making money in True Trading Group. If they can do it, so can you. All right? Guys, don't forget, we have that money back guarantee. If you make a commitment and tell me, hey, Mike, I'm going to go through all your courses, I'm going to pass your quizzes, and I'm going to attend one private study group. If you make that commitment to me, I will commit to giving you a money back guarantee, where if you do not make that 1308 back at least one time during your membership, I will give you a full refund. I'll give you all your money back if you don't make that membership fee back at least once during your membership. That's how confident I am in the program and the platform, the education that we provide at True Trading Group. Remember, you actually have to enter coupon code TTG121 and click apply code to get the 40% discount. You'll know you are one of the 11 laptops that are left if in your checkout cart you see the laptop. If you see the laptop, you're good to go. You're getting a free laptop. If you do not see the laptop in your checkout cart, that means we have sold out of laptops. You're out of luck. So use that coupon code TTG121 right here, right now. There's only 11 laptops left, guys. Do not wait. Get that 40% discount. Get yourself a brand new free laptop. We even cover the shipping. And last but not least, before I go, if anyone is still on the fence, we do have a 1-week free trial. You guys can try us out for 1 full week in TTG for free. Understand, though, you will not get the 40% discount. You'll get a 22% discount, which will bring the membership down to $17.12. But if you want to pay $13.08, you can use coupon code TTG121 right here, right now. But if you want to do the free trial, you guys can do so, but you also will not get the free laptop. For the free trial, you can go to ttgfree.com. There's no credit card information needed. Just go to ttgfree.com. You get 1 week access of 1 week of read-only access in our trading chat room. You'll get TTG's daily watch list and our morning game plans. You'll get our Benzinga Pro news feed, a sample course, understanding what's possible as a trader, access to all of our trading history from all of the moderators. That is all available to you for 1 week, totally free. Go to ttgfree.com and try us out for a week. Like I said, you're not going to get that $13.08 price point. The best you can pay is $17.12. But if you want to try us out for a week, you can do so. You also won't get the free laptop. So that's ttgfree.com. But for those that are ready to get the laptop, ready to get themselves an education, ready to join the TTG family, you guys get your butts in chat. Use coupon code TTG121. Get the 40% discount and get yourself a brand new free laptop. I will see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Great job today, guys. Awesome live stream. I want to thank my boy Matt again, Matt Kohrs, for joining me on this live. We had a great talk. We're going to do it again soon. Thank you all for joining me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash that like button. Turn on your notifications to make sure you never miss out on any one of these lives, folks. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.